A very good morning once again. I'm here to welcome you all in the second part of the my video lecture of a price discrimination topic. I'm Dr. Neha Dubey, the faculty of Department of Management, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology. So we will start our lecture with the continuation of the price discrimination. In previous lecture, we have studied about the what is the monopoly, what is the price discrimination, how the monopolists can charge with the different prices to the different consumers of a certain and the same commodity. Then, what are the reasons they are charging to maximize the profit, to obtain the increase the output and revenue, and to get the hold over the market. And second, we have studied the what are the reasons or the conditions the monopolist has to follow for fulfilling the price discrimination. Here we are discussed about the degrees of price discrimination, or we can say the types of price discrimination, the first and second and the third degree. So one by one we will deal with this and also understand what are the examples comes into this category. So first degree of price discrimination, it is also known as a personalized pricing, so also known as a perfect price discrimination. The monopolist charges each consumer the maximum price they are willing to pay. I hope you have remembered that in a previous lecture we have studied about the willingness to pay or the launching of Apple iPhones, and the person who wanted to buy that product at a higher prices with the kind of the price skimming, they can buy. So that kind of a price discrimination comes into the first category. This allows the firm to extract all the consumer surplus, turning it into the extra revenue. So means the company is offering at a higher prices, and they are not compensate or they are not compulsory for others to buy at that prices, but the people are interested and wanted to buy, so they can. So what the benefit the company will get? They get the huge or the surplus amount of the consumer revenue. Okay? For example, the doctor, as I already told you about the Apple iPhone launching, other example is a doctor charges a different consultation fee based on the patient's economic background. The person who wanted to pay or who are ready to pay the 1,000, they can, and for poor patient they can charges at a 200 rupees. For example, it's just an example. And the base example is the launching of an Apple iPhone. Now, the second category, the price discrimination, is a quantity-based pricing, where the price varies based on the quantity purchased rather than the consumer's identity. Now, what is the meaning of the quantity purchase? That means if the person is buying a single quantity or the single unit of that particular commodity, or using the single unit of a service, so they can have to pay the higher amount as compared to the when they buy in a bulk quantity. Firms offer the different versions or the quantities of a product at a varying prices. Consumers self-respect based on the preferences. Like largest quantities have lower unit prices. You can even in this category you can understand the economies of scale, where the when we buy the bulk or the huge amount of units or the quantity, so we can have to pay the as compared to the lower charges as compared to the when we buy at a single unit. Software companies provide the basic like premium, enterprises version, and etc. Electricity billing is also funded at up to the 100 unit. The rupees will be the 5 rupees per unit. For 100 to 200, the prices will be decreased down, and above 200, 3 rupees per unit. Like wholesale discount, you can also, for buying a 1 unit might be possible, you will pay the 100 rupees, but for buying a 10 units, you will pay the 80 rupees, right? Now, the third degree price discrimination or the market-based pricing. Here, the consumers are divided into the distinct groups, which we have studied in a definition part, that is the market segmentation. Based on the identifiable characteristics, and each group is charged a different price. The firm recognizes that the different group have a different demand elasticities, as we already discussed what is the elasticity. For example, the movie theater. You already observed is because everyone is watching the movie in a theater once in a life at least. So the charge lower prices for the student and the senior citizen, or even at a higher, means the front rows, they are getting at the minimum or the lower prices as compared to the upper side or the back side, higher or for the regular adults. Railways AC classes tickets are more expensive than the sleeper classes. And the pharmaceutical companies are also sell the medicines at a different prices in a different countries. So these are the all the examples you are already very much go through about it, and you already observed it in a daily routine scenario. So this is what the market is segmented into the various identifiable characteristic spaces, and they are charging on that basis, right? So here are the some activity I wanted that you all have to do that. The airlines, the first one is this industry. Without seeing this one the answers, uh, I wanted to you to give me the reasons why the airlines belongs to which category and why are the this belong to this category. So airlines, we already studied the third degree of price discrimination, where we studied about the business class and the economy class pricing and with the features. Now the telecom services, tell me the second degree. Why the data plans with the different pricing per GB. Hotels, the third degree, higher prices during the peak season. And online shopping, that is the first degree, willingness to pay, the personalized pricing based on the browsing history. Now, what are the advantages of studying this topic? It increase or what is the advantages of the price discrimination for the monopoly? It helps to increase the revenue and profitability, where the consumer ready to pay at a higher prices, they can. If they are not able to pay, so the discounted prices is offered by the monopolies. Better resource allocation. Allocation must be distributed properly. Consumer surplus and the fairness. The consumer cannot we can say the contradict or give the objection. No, I'm paying higher prices and they are paying lower prices. No, there are the very much clear segmentation and the conditions have been mentioned. Customization and the personalization can be possible. You can also observe in a means when we are offering the gift hampering. So the normal gift hamper you are buying at a certain prices, but you wanted that certain kind of a personalization or personal touch or the emotional touch should be there. You wanted to customize that thing, so you have to pay the higher prices. So this is what the feature of the price discrimination. Now, what are the disadvantages? Consumer welfare implications. Some kind of a consumer welfare means we are thinking or the monopolists are thinking about it, but the consumers are not thinking about it. So they are working for the welfare of it. No, the welfare implication is the thought process, but it is actually applicable. It is not surely mentioned. Operational challenges for the businesses, definitely for this the operational charges as well as challenges must be increased. Potential negative effects on the competition, definitely. Legal and regulatory risk can be possible, and risk for alienating the customers. Some customers can also might be the switch to the another one, and they do not want it to connect it with that monopolist. This may be the risk. So with this, I am completing this topic. Hope you will enjoy it and learn the in a very simple words and simple language with the suitable examples. So please go through it. And thank you for watching this video lecture, and give me the feedback also so that I will improve the things, and I will also include it that you wanted to be in my video lectures. So thank you.